How's it going, guys? Welcome back on another episode on EVlog Anime Analysis, episode 7. Now, I just want to take a quick moment to let you guys know about the live stream yesterday. I got an emergency call and I had to answer it, and it was quite an emergency call. So I did not continue the live stream. So it's all good. I'm gonna go live sometime this week, this coming week, during the weekdays, and also we'll make time for the weekend. But it's all good. It wasn't a serious situation, but it was quite a little bit serious. So I had to answer it, and I had to end the live stream when I ended it, because I had somewhere to go, which I did mention in the beginning of it, if I'm not mistaken, or the previous live stream. I did mention that I will be going somewhere. I'll be going actually on a date. So there you have it. But welcome back, by the way, on another live stream here. Just want to take a quick moment to thank you guys that came to the live stream on the previous episode, and everything I've been doing thus far, coming to the live stream, chatting with your boy. Some of you guys bring your questions in and we talk about it and everything, man. Thank you guys for your support thus far on the channel. If you want to help out the channel even more, you can always use that super chat to contribute. Every contribution helps the channel grow. It helps the channel to improve. If you want to become a member, be a member, because there are exclusive content for memberships and exclusive discussions that I do have there with people that are there about the channel and what's coming up. If you want to get to know, be on top of things, be ahead of things, be involved, use the super chat. Get your membership and use the super chat, of course. So this week's anime analysis will be on Solo Leveling and Rurouni Kenshin. Of course, Dragon Ball Daima ended last week on episode 20, which kind of created a huge plot hole for all the fans. It's such an interesting concept of ideology. I'm not sure if Kyoto Toriyama was the one that he was one that created it, but I'm not sure if his work was tampered with. Let me repeat that again. I'm not sure if his work was tampered with, because he's usually don't do stuff like this. The kind of plot hole this created is just way too much. There are things that doesn't make sense. Goku ended up saying that he already obtained Super Saiyan 4. He wasn't sure if it's gonna work. That is such a nonsensical comment to make, because I'm not sure if they even give a thought about all of this. I'm not sure if the plot hole that they have created, if they really give a good thought about it, because it just doesn't make sense. But let me digress there, because this is a new episode. This is a new live stream. If you want to check out my that live stream, it will be on episode 6. You can go check it out and you can hear my ideology and my perspective on Dragon Ball Daima, the whole concept of it. So, Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 10, Episode 22 of Solo Leveling. Now, let me first talk about the ending of the previous episode, Episode 9. The ending of the previous episode, the Japanese Hunters Association walks in, and in that moment, Goto catches, or Song Jiwo catches Goto's attention. And Goto asked one of his secretary, or the secretary, I believe her name is, let me see if her name is listed here. Anyway, her name is not here. Asked one of the secretary, who is he? What is he all about? and they told Goto that he's emerged. And right away, right at that moment, Sung Ji-woo and Goto locked eyes. In my head, I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Here comes that rival. Here comes one of those rivals. Here comes one of those rivals. Because something told me that these two, at one point, they're not going to get along. They've piqued each other's interest. Something is going to happen. They let us know. I'm not sure if you guys caught on towards the ending of episode 9 on Solo Leveling Season 2. When the Hunters Association were walking in, Goto looks at Sung Ji-woo. They tells him he's emerged. The way they look at each other, you can already tell something is going to happen. And then the chairman, Go-hee, announces this I can't say the word now. Preliminary warm-up. Okay? And he calls out the name of the people that are going to attend this warm-up, that are going to participate on this warm-up. And Sung Ji-woo wasn't mentioned in there, which was kind of interesting. I was like, what's going on? Sung Ji-woo is not going to participate in this preliminary warm-up. So, going to the next episode, episode 10, the preliminary warm-up starts. And everybody are now, fighting, not fighting seriously, but really, keeping their opponents busy. And as the match went on, Atsushi Komomoto, he starts to take things really seriously, to the point that he started to attack Cha-hee. And the way he was attacking her, it wasn't like he was going for blood. He was kind of going for blood. And Sung Ji-woo had to interfere in the match. Because it wasn't, if you guys caught on, if you noticed, Sung Ji-woo was not supposed to participate in this matchup at all. He was on top, benched, watching this go down. And as soon as Sung Ji-woo interfered and was able to neutralize Atsushi, in that moment, Goto steps in. In my head, I'm like, oh boy, finally, right? I'm like, all right, let's see how this goes. So, Goto says he wants to take on Sung Ji-woo because he's been itching to take on Sung Ji-woo because he wants to test what he can, what he's capable of, because he heard that Sung Ji-woo was just passed and upgraded to S-rank personnel. So the fight between Sung Ji-woo and Goto starts. And the way it started, you can literally see that Goto has some type of animosity. I'm not sure. This animosity just started. Like, in my head, I'm going, you don't even, at least try to get to know somebody. Try to get to know your opponent. Try to get to know what your opponent is all about. Why are you rushing? Because the way he rushed at Sung Ji-woo, if Sung Ji-woo's wit was not at point or in point with himself, he would have literally took him down. He would have hurt Sung Ji-woo. Right? As soon as Sung Ji-woo is busy stretching out and turns around to speak, and Goto just attacks him right away. I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be a fair matchup. I can already tell. And Sung Ji-woo dodged his attack. And Sung Ji-woo was a bit surprised, but at the same time understood that this is a preliminary warm-up. You should be ready at all times. And Goto immediately followed up with multiple strikes. Multiple strike after multiple strikes. And Sung Ji-woo was keeping up with his strikes and was dodging it. and Sung Ji-woo smiles, right? Because right now he's having fun. It's having fun, Sung Ji-woo is having fun and doing his thing. And as soon as he smiled, as soon as there was a smirk, already Goto is not Sung Ji-woo's fan at all. As soon as Sung Ji-woo smiled, oh damn, this is gonna be a good warm-up. Goto intensifies his attack. Goto believed that this kid, is he mocking me or something? Who is he? Who the hell are you? Goto intensifies his strikes. Multiple strike after multiple strikes. Sung Ji-woo was keeping up with it. And at some point, Sung Ji-woo tried to evade and create some distance. He closed Sung Ji-woo's distance right away and strikes. He was actually going to hurt. I don't know why. Like, what? You guys are here. You're here to warm up to take on this Chimera ants that are going rampant. Not just the country, but the continent so far. Not just in Korea, it's also happening in Japan. You guys are teaming up to take this on. Why are you going, or you want to maim your opponent like that? That's why I said, that's why I'm saying that Goto does have an animosity, some type of animosity towards Sung Ji-woo. If you really think about it. Because if Sung Ji-woo did not dodge that attack, if he did not block him, he was going for Sung Ji-woo's eyes. Or let me say his eye, his left eye. Right? He scratched him. But if it wasn't for the fact that Sung Ji-woo has leveled up to the point where he is, he would have lost one of his eye. And Sung Ji-woo called it out. Are you going for, like, I would have lost my eye if I did not block this attack. So at this point, Sung Ji-woo is holding Goto's fingers. And Goto notices this and says, wait a minute. He's holding my finger and not my wrist. And in that point, Goto asks Sung Ji-woo, yo, are you mocking me or something? Do I look to you as somebody who is not good enough to take you on? Do you think that this is all I can do? Are you really, really not taking this fight seriously? And Sung Ji-woo said, if I had held your wrist, the damage would have been worse. I would have made damage. I would have literally hurt you. And in that moment, I said, yeah, I even called it up because I know what that meant. We all know. I'm sure you all caught that on right away. As soon as he told him, if I had held your wrist, I would have injured you. Like something between that line. I said, that's a threat. And Goto did not take that lightly. He did not take that lightly at all. He intensifies his attack even more. First of all, they created a separation, and Goto is about to take things seriously. And at this point, Sung Ji-woo understands. He literally understands at this point, you cannot hold back anymore. And remember, these two are not even using their armies to fight. I'm not sure what Goto can really do. We haven't seen him get pushed. Thus far, this is literally but one-on-one fight without summonings, right? This is just straight up fist fight, which I like, right? The reason why I like it this way is simply because it gets to test Sung Ji-woo's ability, his wit, his strength, his prowess, his agility. Is going to test him without his armies. And this is what I've been wanting for Sung Ji-woo for a very long time. Because as a merge and as all these things, should you continue to depend on them for a long period of time and not really training yourself, and you guys can see that this will make sense because I'm going to bring it up why it was important to see Sung Ji Woo get into a battle or a fist fight or a position, put him in a position where he is using his own body, his own powers without relying on his armies, right? So the two looks at each other. The fight is about to get seriously at this point because Sung Ji Woo has seen, now know that this guy is trying to hurt me. If he's not going to hurt me, he will kill me, right? And Goto, on the other hand, is not happy the fact that he's, because at the beginning, the more Goto strikes, the more Sung Ji Woo evades his attacks, the more angrier he got. So these two are about to go all out. And in that moment, as soon as they're about to lock fists right again, they were separated. I'm like, you know what? I like this. This is going to be a good feud. This is going to be a good rival for Sung Ji Woo because all this time, since Sung Ji Woo has leveled up and continues to level up, he does not really have. Han Dong-soo was supposed to be the person who is going to keep him in check somehow, who is going to be his rival, but he's somewhere licking his wounds. So seeing Goto, I'm like, okay, these two, it's crystal clear that they're not a fan of each other. And it will behoove Sung Ji Woo to really, really be careful on everything he does, to watch his back at all times. He doesn't really need a problem doing that because not just is he good at what he does, he also has his armies to protect him too, at will, that, you know. So the fight gets separated and the chairman announces, whatever. So let me, moving on to the next phase of the episode. It's time for them to take on Daiju Island Arc Mission. And the Arc Mission commences, and the team is now moving to get to the island, and Sung Ji Woo is not with them, and his reason was due to the fact that his mother just woke up, his mother needs him, and he's not going to partake on this Daiju Island Arc raid or whatnot. I was a little bit disappointed, but you know what? I'm not disappointed simply because whether Sung Ji Woo likes it or not, he's going to participate. Something will happen. Right? Something will definitely happen that Sung Ji Woo is going to leave his mother and go fight. Because if you guys remember, the way they did this preliminary warm-up, Sung Ji Woo was not supposed to enter. He was not in the warm-up, but due to the fact that it was necessary for him to interfere to save Charlie, I think that's what is something is gonna draw him into battle. So, Daiju Island arc starts. The team moves in, and right away, the Chimera Ants starts to defend their territory. Actually, before that happened, actually, we caught a glimpse, a scene of the Chimera Ant Queen. We see the Chimera Ants, you see that they are even eating each other in order to survive, to get stronger, to grow their military, right? To get stronger, to grow their military force, to mass energy. So what was actually happening in that scene at first sight, the ants were eating the weaker ones. Of course, probably there were humans there, like dead bodies or whatever, but mainly they were consuming the weaker ones for the stronger ones to grow and get stronger. Because even before this episode, the previous episode, they did show Chimera ants attacking neighboring towns or neighboring villages, right? And while they were attacking, you know what was going on. They were consuming people. They were consuming dead bodies too, right? And they would probably drag some of them to the Ant Queen to consume, which kind of reminded me of something, of an anime called Hunter x Hunter. But I'm going to make it crystal clear why it's really, really kind of Hunter x Hunter to me, like that scene. So the ant is now watching her soldiers. The stronger ones are eating the weaker ones. We didn't really see any human dead bodies there, but I know that there were, like, if they were attacking nearby cities or nearby villages, you rest assured know that they were also dragging bodies, catching bodies and dragging it to the queen. Because in order for the queen to be strong enough to mass produce those eggs and to mass produce a bigger one that sits on top of the rest, right? You rest assured. I mean, look at the size of this ant queen. Let's not talk about the soldiers, the red ones, but look at the size of the queen herself. She is taller than a normal human being and probably bigger. So you rest assured know that human bodies will be in her food menu. Definitely. So we caught this scene. The red ones eating the weaker ones. The Ant Queen is saying that we have to get stronger. We have to grow. We have to improve ourselves. And she looks at this huge egg. And the ant inside this egg starts to emerge. In my head, I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I am not the only one. I'm sure thousands, if not millions of you guys that have seen Hunter x Hunter, right away, you can already get some type of a deja vu, some type of a flashback, some type of a reflection, some type of a vision, some type of a memory that got triggered on this scene. Because everything that was happening on this scene is exactly not too different from Hunter x Hunter, The Awakening of Miriam, right? The Awakening of Miriam. I'm this close in playing my reaction on that scene, right? Hunter x Hunter. So at this point, the king comes out of the egg, emerges, and releases his powers. Yo, the amount of energy, the amount of power, the amount of furiosity this Ant King released, it is enormous. It's so strong that it blew up and just dispersed. I'm actually surprised what they could have done to make that scene, even though it was very short, but I think they could have made it better. But I think the better they would try to make that scene, the more people are going to say this is definitely Hunter x Hunter. But at this point, it doesn't matter anymore. They should have put more work on that scene. Even though we are going to think it's Hunter x Hunter, at least we know that they did a good job introducing this specific scene. They could have made this scene so much better than it was. They nerfed that scene because if these Chimera ants are going to be the next antagonist, it would have been better for them to improve that scene. I know we Hunter x Hunter fans are going to think this gives Hunter x Hunter vibe, but it would have given it would have given meaning to these Chimera ants, why they had to survive, why they're doing what they're doing, why the queen had to rely on the king. And as you notice, the queen is alive, the king is alive too. So that scene, what they should have done is show us the dead bodies these ants were catching, because if you guys watched the previous episode when they will show these ants attacking people, we all know what was going on. We all know what was happening. They should have shown us that. They should have, show us a situation where someone is being dragged, even though they're not going to show these ants consuming the person, but show us like where these ants are dragging people, right? Dragging them to their nest, right? That scene, they should have really put in effort on that scene, because at this point, even though we the fans are gonna think this is Hunter x Hunter coming back to life, still make it your own way. Like, do it your way. Make it look epic, right? I don't think that scene looked epic enough. And the reason why I'm staying on that scene right now to talk about it a little bit, it's simply because if this Daeju Island arc is going to be about Chimera ants, it would have been better to show us a little more before and after, and they should have shown us generals. Like, you know how Hunter x Hunter, you have Pito, you have the rest of the other generals, right? They should have shown us, but they did kind of do that, because you see there are levels to these ants. You see the red ones, and then you see the light silver ones, right? There are levels to them, but they could have given them meaning, a little bit more time to kind of develop what was going on, because we don't know who the generals are. We don't know, there's not, they could have read it better, because to tell the truth, in the ants organizations, you have the queen, you have the generals, you have people that serve the generals closely, and then you have the underlines, right? And I think Hunter x Hunter made it crystal clear, did a fantastic job to build up the Chimera Ant saga. So if solo leveling, knowing how good it is, knowing how much they've invested on this work, knowing how much they're trying to build up this Daeju Island arc, I believe they could have done a little bit more with the Chimera Ants, just a little bit more. I do like the scene, and since they didn't do a good job, right? Let me say they did well, but not well enough. Now that they've freed themselves, as you can see, when the hunters arrived in the nest, the queen wasn't there, the generals, most of them wasn't there, the king was not there. Of course, they can now sense that threat is coming, and all the commotions the Hunters Association were doing outside, I'm sure they can feel it. I'm sure they can feel it. Now, the hunters enters the nest, but before they enter, Chohei was able to use his firepower ability to dispose of the underlines that were attacking or tried to attack the ship. We see the group that are on the ground taking out these Chimera ants, and now they made them. Chohei used his ability to create some type of a nest, a flame nest, so that nobody gets out, nobody gets in. And he also did something else to disperse his fireball energy to know where the real path to the nest is. So at this point, the hunters gets to the nest. They see all these eggs around. Of course, they fought a couple of stronger ants, but you see what I'm saying? They showed them fighting, but not the development of this getting into the nest thing. They should have made it a little better, right? I know they got numbers on their side. Due to the fact that they have a high number on their side, it's probably the reason why they were able to subdue the ants that were close to the nest, due to the fact they have a sheer number of S-rank hunters. So, which is okay, which is all right. But at this point, they see all these eggs and they see one huge one on top of the rest of the eggs. And Buke was a little shocked. If something big, right? We've been fighting these ants, we've been fighting the underlines, we've been fighting, and we've made our way into this nest. And the closer we get to this nest, we can see that their size continues to increase. And looking at this huge egg, if something like this escaped, this could be a problem. And in that moment, we have a scene where Akirai and the rest, one of them was injured. What's his name? Kenzo Tanka was a little bit injured. He was cut, right? And he approaches Akirai to heal him because every team has a healer. There were, like, you know what I mean? Every team has a healer so that if one of them gets injured, the healer can be there to heal the person that got hurt. That's how the team is created. So while Akira was playing with Kenzo that she's not gonna heal him unless he pays her, in that moment, the more ants started to approach. Before we know what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, Akira's head gets chopped off clean with one swing, ladies and gentlemen. She was demised. And I called it out when this happened. As soon as her head got cut off from her body, there's this approach of immense essence of rage. An ant is definitely an ant, but with rage, with animosity, with furiosity. And in that moment, we got hit with a cliffhanger. I was pumped at this point because no one expected that to happen. And the reason why, which I'll give Solo Leveling credit to, or the creators credit, the reason why this is very important is simply because the person they chose, now we're starting to see the intelligence of these ants, and I hope they make it crystal clear how wise these ants are moving forward. Because one of the things that made Hunter x Hunter, that made the Chimera Ant saga one of the top, one of the popular arcs in the history of anime, it's simply because the Chimera Ants, their intelligence, their organization, their strategic prowess was just off the charts. Let me say it again. The Chimera Ants on Hunter x Hunter, their strategic prowess, their organization, their military organization, their levels of thinking, it is just that damn good. Not only were they thinking like humans think, they were thinking beyond what humans are thinking. Because they were now starting to see themselves as a supreme being. Because once somebody can, let me tell you a thing. Once a creature, not only can a creature be able to fight you, defeat you, subdue you, and consume you. If a creature can fight you, defeat you, subdue you, and can consume you or kill you at will, that creature will begin to think themselves as a superior. And I hope they make that crystal clear on this Daiju Island arc. I really hope so. Because it's just like a creature that just found itself in the human world, in the midst of threats everywhere, trying to survive. The more the creature continues to kill for sport, again, you see what I'm saying? Because with Hunter x Hunter, you see levels of the Chimera ants. You see there were some who does not want to be controlled by King Miriam, right? There were ones who doesn't want to be involved. They want to go and do their own thing. They want to go and create their own little policies. They want to go and create their own little sector, right? You see, there was like, it is such, the Chimera Ant saga on Hunter x Hunter was just a masterpiece. It is what gave Hunter x Hunter, it is what made it one of the best anime you will ever watch. That Chimera Ant saga was just that damn good. And it's actually interesting that I have a poster of it here. You know, it was so good because from the beginning of the build-up of the arc, you see the evolution of the ant queen. She started eating small animals, fish, maybe squirrels, all of these things. And as she continues to produce her eggs, she started to demand bigger animals, bigger creatures, right? And you guys saw when she was eating fish, it's like, this will not serve me. This is not good enough. I can't maintain myself. I can't maintain my physique. I cannot maintain my strength consuming these little things. So she ordered her soldiers to go bring her something with good meat, blood, and something sustainable. And they went into neighboring villages, eating themselves, dragging people. Oh man, yo. They dragged people to the nest. They did all these things. They had piles of there was an episode, I think, close to the Queen's Nest on Hunter x Hunter. There is a place where they pile bodies. There were so many bodies piled up somewhere. Like, I would say that is their kitchen, their food stock, Man, I hope that Soul Leveling makes it crystal clear. I hope they build this up. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. I'm not sure if they're going to put enough emphasis on kind of showing the intelligence of these ants, how their soldiers are divided, their intellectual capacity, how structured their organization, their little group is. I hope so. But I did like what they did towards the ending of episode 10, because for the fact that Akirai got killed and we know she is the healer of the group, that kind of shows the intelligence of these ants, because once you kill out the healer, the rest of the team is only but a matter of time. Their days or their timing is just numbered. And as you can see, the Chimera ants are starting to reinforce themselves again. They are coming back to attack. And Akirai gets killed, who is the healer. And as you can see, Kenzo is a bit injured. He can still fight, but he's, he lost a little bit of blood, right? So now, on the next episode, I bet you, I don't know if it is the king that attacked Akirai. I'm not sure if it is one of the soldiers, one of the ranking soldiers that attacked Akirai, but whatever that attacked her must be strong, very, very strong, to be able to sneak up on them like that and cause that type of damage. So at this point, we can see their intelligence. It's almost like, let me go back to Dragon Ball Z during Planet Namek arc, when Frieza noticed that Dende, while he was transforming into his fourth transformation, he was able to see that it was Dende. Dende was the one who was healing Vegeta, healing everybody. When he gives a warrior a devastating blow, before you know it, the warrior comes right back. It was actually what pushed Frieza to go into his fourth form, which at the time was his final form, right? because it's like they keep coming back, and each time they come back, they're getting more aggressive, they're getting more bold. Who keeps healing them? How are these people keeps how are they keep coming back? And as you can see, he can also feel like Vegeta is getting stronger and stronger, and he knows if you continue to let Saints get stronger, they're gonna evolve, they're gonna, so that was what forced Frieza to go into his fourth form. And while he was transforming, he was watching what was happening behind him. He was watching and he saw that it was Dende. As soon as he finished his transformation, the next person he attacked, the first person he attacked after his transformation, I believe, was Dende. It was Dende, because once you take out the healer, the rest is just but a matter of time. So you can see the intelligence of these Chimera ants, and I like the fact that they did it. But I think they should take time to kind of give more emphasis on these ants, how they are organized, knowing that they are not just can they even talk? Can they even speak? Because another thing that made Hunter x Hunter so good was because these ants can speak, due to the fact that, we can hear what they're saying. And on top of that, they have a reference, or they have a resemblance of a human, because they were consuming humans. So they some of them looks more human than the others. They have some type of human DNA, like a human resemblance somewhere, some way, shape, or form, So it's really imperative for them to not. I understand you got to do your show. Don't go too fast, but also pay attention. Focus on these ants first to know what they're all about, to get to know their character. Because Hunter x Hunter, the reason why I keep touching, because I know each and every one of us are seeing Hunter x Hunter come to life with this little arc. Let them, like, if these ants can communicate with it. I mean, I know they communicate with each other, but can they speak what humans can hear? The queen spoke. The queen spoke. When the king was emerging, the queen says, yes, grow, my child, and get stronger. Like, they can speak, but we want to know, like, you know what I mean? I mean, you guys know what I'm trying to say. We want to know their to build their characters. The soldiers, the ones protecting the king, who are they? Right? Or is it the king who is going to be attacking? Like, how are their population? How are they divided? How are they organized? I know they're organized, but what level of organization do they have? What level of intellect do they have? What level of strategic defense have they mounted? Like, all these things are important. Currently, we are on episode 10 on solo leveling, and this season we're getting up until the 13th episode. So we have 3 more episodes to go on season 2, and that will be it for this season, if I'm not mistaken. Right? We have 3 more episodes. What are they going to do with these 3 episodes? Are they going to give us a badass show? So far, they are really doing that. It's getting crazy and crazier. Now, even though Sungji would turn down to participate on this Daiju Island arc, you rest assured know that something is going to happen. Something will definitely happen that Sung Jino will have no choice but to participate. Because if this continues, if X rank hunters keep dying like this, Sung Jiwoo is gonna be like, you know what? If this continues, my mother will not be alive long enough. If this continues, my sister will not be alive long enough to finish her education. So something is gonna happen, that will force Sung Ji-woo to step into the battlefield. It's only a matter of time. And speaking of Sung Ji-woo's ability to use his body to fight, you see him doing push-ups, you see him doing quests for the day, you see him getting, keeping himself in shape, in check, and all of this, and he completed his quest for the day, which is very, very good. And I can also understand the reason why Sung Ji-woo is not fighting at the moment. Because if Sung Ji-woo steps in, it's going to ruin it for a lot of these S-rank hunters or A-rank hunters that are here. If he steps in, it's going to ruin it for them. They're not going to have enough time to be developed, for their characters to be developed, for them to know what they're all about, Because this is combined with Japanese Hunter Association and Korea Hunters Association are working together on this. So these new characters that stepped in, they need their characters to be developed. They need a build-up. They need to fight for us to see what they can be able to do. Because once Sung Ji-woo steps into this scene, it's a wrap for everybody. They won't get the chance to shine anymore. Some of them will not, get the chance they're getting now. So this is a good thing for us to see other characters and for them to build up this Chimera Ant thing, this Daiju arc. And then when Sung Ji-woo enters, you then know that things has really, really gotten out of hand. And I'm not sure if Johi, the chairman of Hunters Association, is going to be joining on this fight. Probably he will. Because based on what is happening right now, these Chimera Ants are not to be messed with. And for the fact that the queen survived, because on Hunter x Hunter, the queen died. Right? The queen died. So there's no more mass produce of other ants. The queen died, giving birth to the king. But on this situation, this is what makes it actually interesting. With Solar Level in Season 2, the queen is still alive. And if the queen is still alive, if the queen survived, you rest assured know that she's going to continuously produce more ants. Okay? The queen is alive. So we're going to, I'm not sure how brutal they're going to make this. I'm not sure how brutal this is going to be. I'm not sure how visual the killing is going to be. Because for them to get to this point, they killed humans. They fed on humans' flesh. You know that. I'm not sure how visual it's going to be from here on out, but we're going to see. We're going to see how visual is going to be moving forward. And just like Hunter x Hunter, when Miriam awakened, and he awakened from out of the belly of his mother, like the whole, the mood, the reverence of his awakening, it was just damn good. And I see the same thing with this king. We don't know his name. We don't know what his name is. We don't know if they're going to start giving the generals of these Chimera Ants names. I don't know their level of intelligence, if we're going to hear what they're speaking, what they're saying, if they're going to have communication amongst themselves, and we can actually hear them speak and communicate. I don't know how far Solar Leveling is going to go to develop the characters, to develop this Chimera Ant saga. You see, I'm calling it Chimera Ant saga already because, the reverence of Hunter x Hunter, I'll tell you guys this. I think the person that created this arc, I really think that Hunter x Hunter might be one of his favorite animes because they're taking a good playbook out of Hunter out of Hunter x Hunter, the Chimera Ant saga. They're taking the playbook out of it, and I hope that they will get like this arc will get a good development. All right. So Miriam, I see the resemblance. All I'm gonna say right now is we'll wait and see what's gonna happen. Oh no, all we can do now is wait and see what will happen, how this is going to be unfold, how this arc is going to be unfold. I know it's gonna carry on to the next season, all right, and they're giving us a prestige on what is about to take place because this Daiju arc, I'm not sure how long they're going to make it, but hopefully we're going to see some serious situations happening that might even force the head of Hunters Association to step in to fight as well, right? So, yeah, moving on real quick to Rurouni Kenshin, right? Moving to the next anime, Rurouni Kenshin Season 2, Episode 21. Like I said on the previous episode, episode 20, they should let Ayoshi and Kenshin fight. They should let them do their thing. They shouldn't be interrupting it. So on this episode, episode 21, the fight didn't last simply because Sagara was able to stop the engine, and thus the ship got damaged. Thus, Shishio figured out that this can no longer continue and stopped the fight between Ayoshi and Kenshin, and said that he's going to present a new area where the two are going to fight and settle their differences, right? So, which is very good. So we're probably going to see, although somehow, somewhere, I feel like they are dragging this little arc. They are dragging this fight to the next season. That's what I think. But either way, the fight got stopped between Ayoshi and Kenshin. It has been postponed by Shishio. And while Shishio was making his escape, while Sojiro was making his escape, he turns around and tells Sagara, that move that you did, that move that you performed, that move that I saw you do, you've been hanging around with Anjin, right? You learned that from Anjin. Sagara was shocked. How do you know Anjin? So Sagara now knows Anjin is one of Shishio's assassins. Everybody now knows it. I'm not sure if Sagara runs into Anjin, if this would change their friendship, if this would put a dent on their friendship, if this will put some type of animosity between them. I don't think Anjin is that kind of guy anyways, to be honest, because at the beginning of the episode, one of the other Shishio men wanted to take out the women, and Anjin stopped him and said, listen, I know what you're trying to do. Frankly speaking, I have no dog I really don't have a dog in this fight, but what I will not tolerate is killing that doesn't make sense. Senseless killing. That I will not allow you to do. And he stopped one of Shishio's assassins, I think Usui. He stops Usui from killing Miyosa and told him that senseless killing is not my thing. And while I'm here, I won't allow you to kill these women because it just doesn't make sense. They pose no threat to you. Why do you want to kill them? So Anjin is not really like that. He's not. His loyalty is to Shishio, but his loyal. He also is not. He's not being auto controlled, right? He does things, and thus far we have not seen him kill anybody right now. So Anjin is still playing both sides. He doesn't know which side he's going to play, but thus far we can see that he will only demise anyone that attacks him or try to kill him. He will stop them. I don't even think he's going to kill them. Maybe he will knock them out or something. So this whole Kyoto takeover thing. He's not really with it, but he's with the assassins, but he's not really, you know, intending to really kill anybody, really. So shout out to him, man. Because if it's not the fact that Sagara learned that move, Sagara would have been killed already. Because towards the end, Sagara was now thinking, so Anjin is one of Shishio's assassin. Um, that's interesting. And during the time when Shishio stopped the fight between Kenshin and Ayoshi, Saito Hajime, knowing that Shishio is about to escape, wanted to take on Shishio. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, you crazy? Is this what it's gonna turn into? He was getting ready to stop Shishio from leaving. And Yomi stepped in to, block, put a boundary between Saito Hajime and Shishio. And I think Saito Hajime don't hurt women. He doesn't hurt women because he knows should he approach to stop Shishio, Yomi is going to defend Shishio, thus meaning Saito Hajime will have to get rid of her or will have to injure her or kill her in order to get to Shishio. So Saito Hajime backed down. But if it wasn't for Yomi getting involved and stepping in front of Shishio, I would tell you this, Saito Hajime would make sure Shishio never leave his eyesight. He would have made sure that Shishio will not run away this time because he's been wanting to stop all this nonsense. He's a cop. He's been wanting to stop this Kyoto invasion, Japan invasion, setting it ablaze to create his own new world. He is sick and tired of it at this point. So we'll see what's going to happen on the next episode because I believe we are getting overall 23 episodes. So we have 2 more episodes to go through before this season is over on Rurouni Kenshin, right? And I think they're not really giving this season justice. There isn't really much happening, really. There isn't really much. The fight between Ayoshi and Kenshin could have been very good, even if it would take 2 episodes for them to conclude their indifferences or differences, right? They should have, made it mean something. But for the fact that it's been stopped to be postponed or whatnot, I don't know if what's gonna happen. But I would say overall, they are kind of dragging this season for the fact that they know that where we are right now, we're gonna drag it well enough so that the next season is when all this fight is gonna happen. So I'll probably tell you guys the next 2 episodes won't really amount to much. I think so. I think the next 2 episodes will not really be that meaningful. It won't be that impactful. Maybe towards the end of it will be. Maybe the last episode, episode 23, might be impactful, but the next episode, overall, I don't think that they're going to give us a good fight. That's what I think. But we'll see. This is just me predicting. Don't take my word for it. So we'll see what happens on the next 2 episodes. So let me go to the chat real quick. Shout out Concerned. Thanks for coming to the chat. Hero Slasher. Morning, bro. Thanks for coming in. Gemily, thanks for coming in. Yokimi11, thanks for coming in here, man. How's it going, guys? How's it going? Hope you all are doing good today. Now, that's my review and analysis for the day. If you guys have any question to add, if you guys have any input on what is going on, please feel free to add your input. So far, the rebirth of Miriam and the rebirth of this king in solo leveling kind of looks similar. Kind of looks really similar if you really pay attention. The only difference here is the fact that this king, whose name is yet to be disclosed, did not burst out of his mother's stomach. And I think they did that for a reason, right? I think they did that for a reason. There's a reason why they did it that way. So we would definitely see more birth from these chimera ants. The queen is going to give birth to more soldiers, if not. So yeah, they really are taking the playbook out of Hunter x Hunter, which is really good. Yeah, Yokimi, have a nice day, bro. Hope all is well with you. Yeah. So if you guys have anything to add, if you want to talk about anything else, let me know, and we can talk about it. Generally, I'm not sure if you're there, and everybody who is watching, I am thinking about that is a discussion in the membership side of things. There's a discussion going on. Once I finish playing Final Fantasy 16, the next upcoming game will be God of War. I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to my live stream or from the beginning all the way to the end. I did mention I have never, ever played God of War before. Never in my life. But I have watched people play it. Right? I have watched other people play from the first God of War all the way to where they are right now. I think is Ragnarok. I have watched people play God of War, but I have not played it myself. So I'm not sure how much unique it will be for me to play God of War. But the thing I do want to say is, I went on PlayStation Store, to see if I can get God of War, the first one. It's not there, right? The God of War, I'm not sure how I'm going to purchase it, the very first two, because they do have God of War 3, the remastered God of War 3. They do have it available, but the first one and the second one, it's not available. So, because I'm thinking of starting God of War from the beginning of it, the first one, the second one, the third one, then the recent ones that they have. So if I can't get the first two, if I can't play it, I'm not sure if that will make a huge difference. And if it will, then I might have to choose another game to play. Okay, I might have to choose another game after I have finished playing Final Fantasy. So generally, if you want to, I'm not sure if you're watching now. I see you commented here. If you want to put some thoughts on it, if you guys want to put some thoughts on it, you can let me know. And this is why I tell you guys to get your membership, man. Get your membership. You're missing out a lot. Trust me, you're missing out on certain conversations. Since you guys like watching me and you guys love the channel, there are conversations that happens in the community tab that you don't know of. It happens on the membership community, but you guys don't see it. Me and Jamie and the others do have conversations on the channel, what's coming up, even the time if I'm going to come up live out of nowhere, the membership people gets to know when I'm coming live. Because sometimes I do come live out of nowhere, just spontaneously come live and play Final Fantasy. But I do let the membership people know that I'm coming live. So there are things that are being talked about, right? There are things that are being talked about, plans for the channel and all of this and all of these things. If you want to get a heads up on it, get your membership and join the conversation. And also, I have content available for you guys as well on the membership side of things. There are contents that other people don't have access to, but you have access to it. And although depending on the level that you go, you will get access to more interesting content, which I'm going to continue to put content for members. And on top of that, if I schedule an upload, you will get the first dab on it before everybody else, right? You get the first dab, whether if it is short videos that I have scheduled, whether if it is reaction videos that I have scheduled, you will get the first dab on it. So get your membership. It's really worth your money. So okay, so you can only get it by being a PS member. Yeah, I see that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing too. That will be a lot of work. That would definitely be a lot of work. Um, I'm not just gonna be a member, get a membership on PlayStation 5 just because of God of War, just because of one game, and also putting HDMI from my laptop to the TV. That's gonna require a long ass wire to do that. So that would be a lot of work. I think we're going to have to maybe choose another game. Do you have any other game in mind? I mean, God of War is definitely a good one because it has a lot of there's a quite a few of them now, and there's a lot of storyline on it. But I cannot be a PS member or get a membership there just because of one game. So um, I mean, if I would listen, the thing is, I would actually love to if guys are contributing on the channel. If you guys are using Super Chat, if you guys are, contributing, I'll definitely. So if you got that's why I'm this is actually a good thing for you guys that are watching this now, because this conversation is normally done in the community membership. So if I'm having this conversation now, this is actually a good thing for you guys who are not a member to um, give your take on this conversation, because I normally, a lot of conversation is done on the membership side and the community members. You guys don't. If you're not a member, you won't get to see it. Only members can see those conversations. So now that I'm here talking about it, if you guys want to put your perspective on a good game to play after I have beaten Final Fantasy 16. So generally, if you have any other game in mind, let me know. God of War is definitely a good take, but I can't get the first one and the second one, and playing it on TV, that's gonna be a lot of work for me on this port. And to get a membership on PS, I'm not sure how much the membership costs really. I'll go look it up, but that's one of the reasons why I've been saying that it's imperative to support the channel, to become a member, to use Super Chat. All those things helps me to bring more content to you guys. So for some of you guys that are there that are watching this now, if you want me to play God of War from the beginning or to get a membership, please use the Super Chat to donate. All these things I would definitely be able to make those, to give you guys content. That's the reason why I said to you, get your membership, because with this conversation, you will give your take on it and use a super chat to support your boy. If you like what I'm doing, because you see what I'm doing, I don't think what I'm doing to this channel, the amount of content I'm giving you guys, you don't see a channel where you get anime and you get gaming on it. Normally, it's either one or the other. But I'm trying to mix it up because I know there are some people that would love to watch a gameplay, the experience of beating a game, the experience of going through a storyline to beat a game, and all these things. Because if you're an anime fan, you're not too far from being someone that enjoys gameplay. And if you like watching gameplays, you're not too far from watching animes. Because those two kind of go hand in hand with each other. So that's why I'm telling you guys that are watching this, if you haven't gotten your membership, please get your membership. It helps to support the channel. It helps me to put out more work. It helps me to do more and to give you guys content. Okay. So if you guys like God of War and you would like me to play, please help me out. Because if I'm gonna go get a membership from the PS whatever, that kind of stuff will cost money. Every month I'm going to be paying some. I know that there are good stuff that comes out of getting a membership there, because there are games that you will have access to that are pretty good. But if you're not a member, if you don't get your PS Plus premium member, you wouldn't get access to those games. So, help the channel out, guys. Send your super chat, use super thanks. If you want to wire money to me through PayPal, the link is in the description. You can do that. All these things helps the channel. Ninja Guardian. Let me look that up real quick. Ninja Guardian. Now, if you're joining this stream right now, my review is done. Now we're talking about the next phase after I have beaten Final Fantasy 16. We're talking about the next game, the next storyline to play. Normally, this conversation is done in the membership side of the community then. So get your membership today so that you can join the conversation in the community tab. And it helps me to give you guys content. It helps me to give you guys more work. It helped me to get my PS Plus premium membership. If you guys are a fan of God of War and you would like me to play God of War, please get your membership or donate, use your super chat so that I can get the premium PS Plus membership. So I'm looking up Ninja Guardian right now. Okay. I see it here. How many of them are there? Let me see. You know what? Let me connect to... I would have loved to connect to PlayStation real quick so that we could check it out. How many Ninja Guardian is there? Let me quickly connect to PlayStation while I'm talking to you guys right now. Now I've connected to PS5 and I'm looking up. Okay, Germany is saying even if I get the membership, I'm not going to play all of them. Okay. I'm not going to be able to play all of them. I mean, when I looked, the first one and the second one is not available. The third one is available, but it's a remastered, which is good. They have made it more better. The visual is better, you know. The third one is available, but the first and the second one is not. So if you're joining this stream, give your take on the next game you would like to see me play after I have beaten Final Fantasy. So Ninja Guardian does have quite a bit of them. Let me go into the PS side. Let me connect the game for you guys to see what I'm seeing here. 1 second. So generally, while we're at it, I see this one here. I guess this is the latest one, Ninja Guardian 2 Black. And there are this one, Ninja Guardian Sigma. So how are these Ninja Guardian things divided? Because I see this one, Ninja Guardian Master Collection. Master Collection seems to have first one, the second one, and the third one, I think. Yeah, I see that now. Nice, 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 nice. So there is a fourth one coming up, but it will be released this fall, 2025. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. So I will make preparations to get Ninja Guardian the Master Collection. I think the fourth one, after I beat the first, the second, and the third, then I will play this one here. Black, right? Or is this one different? Or is this one the third one? So the Ninja Guardian 2 Black is a remastered to Ninja Guardian 2. Okay. See. So the Master Collection pretty much has everything that I need. All right. Okay. No worries. No worries. So guys, there you have it. Um, Still, if you guys want to see me play God of War, if you want to see me play God of War, I know there's a lot of storyline on it. And if I don't play the first two, I'm not sure how much impact that will be. Like I said, I have watched people play the first two from the beginning. I have seen all the fights. I have seen them all. But the experience, I guess, if I'm not playing it myself, I'm feeling the experience. It's not the same, I guess. But if you want to see me, if you still want to see me play God of War somehow, um, get your membership. You know, do your super chats. It helps me, man, because this purchase is gonna cost money, and I do enjoy bringing content to you guys. But I need your support. I need your help. I can't do it alone. Your support is very imperative to the channel. All these things cost money. The equipment, the editing software, the memory. I bought a 2 terabyte SSD and I installed it on my PS5 because in order to install Final Fantasy, I had to make space for it because I have all these games available. And on top of that, I've been wanting to increase the space in my PS5 for quite some time. So I had to go buy the SSD. That thing literally cost me $400 and something on Amazon. I can show you guys the receipt. It cost the 2 terabyte SSD, WD Black. That's the version that I purchased. It cost me $400 and something, right? So all these things, the cost of it, to bring you guys content, it's very imperative that your support is really needed, guys. I know, I'm not gonna lie, I need your support. I'm not gonna come here sugarcoat what I do. I'm not gonna come here and pretend like I have it all, right? Your support is very, very imperative to the channel. Please use the super chat to help your boy out, get your membership, give your super thanks, because I do spend money in order to keep the show going, to keep giving you guys content. My editing software costs me every year $150, right? Every year. I can keep going on and on. The lights, the equipments, and the virus protection. And I have had issues. I have had a situation where somebody, I don't know who it is, tried to hack into my computer. If it wasn't for the virus protection that I have to protect my laptop, my private space would have been invaded. Trust me, it has happened multiple times, right? So everything costs money. But I do love what I do. I do enjoy bringing content to you guys because I'm an anime fan, I'm a gaming fan, right? So the reason why I haven't been, if you guys notice, if you go to when I first started to do more content on this channel, I played a game. I think it was Ghost of something, I forgot the name again. Long time ago, 3 years ago. So the reason why I haven't been gaming all this while is just simply because, it costs money to purchase these games and they are not cheap, right? PS5 games are not cheap at all. It's almost $100, right? If it is brand new, that is. But it costs money, guys. It really, really costs money. So your support to the channel, your donations, super chat, super thanks, it helps the channel. Yeah, the new God of Wars from 2018 and the Ragnarok. Yeah, I know those ones are PS5. I watched it too. I watched someone play it. But like I said, if you guys wants to see me play it, Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, I played it 3 years ago. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it, but I dabbled into it a little bit. So this conversation is normally had in the membership side of things, in the community tab. Other people don't have access to it, don't get to see it because I'm talking with it. I'm talking about it now with me and Jimmy. But normally, this is this kind of stuff we talk about in the community tab membership. So get your membership today, join the community, and get access to exclusive content. So Ninja Guardian 2, Ninja Guardian will be the next one after I have beaten uh Final Fantasy. If you guys have anything to add to it, if you guys have any if you want to give your take on these games and on take of what I said, whether if it is my review on this episode or whatnot, you can feel free to let me know. Um and we can discuss it. I heard there is a new one coming out. I heard there's a new one coming out. But yeah, I think that game is very long. Like that game is pretty. The graphics are really good. I like the graphics a lot. Like, and on top of that, while we are at it, um, if you guys want to see me talk about other animes aside from the ones that I'm doing, um, I know we are slowly getting into spring, and there are going to be spring animes that are coming out. If you guys know any spring anime, upcoming anime, spring anime that are coming out this 2025, please let your boy know. Because right off the rip, Windbreaker is the one I'm thinking of. And aside from that, I'm not sure if there are any good spring upcoming animes. I'm not sure. But I know you guys are keeping up on on the animes that are coming up. So if you know any that is coming up, let me know on that. Because I know every season there are anime that comes up every season. Is there new animes that are coming up this spring that are good? Mostly Ninja Guardian. I'll probably play Ninja Guardian. Ninja Guardian. One Punch Man. One Punch Man is supposed to come back 2 years ago, actually. One Punch Man was supposed to come back 2 years ago, but every season they keep procrastinating, they keep prolonging it, they keep pushing it. It was supposed to come back 2 years ago, if not a year ago, but it's not here yet. So if you find, I'm not sure if it's coming back this year even. I'm not certain because they keep pushing it. They keep prolonging it. So just wait and see when it comes, it comes. You know? Right now I don't know what is going on with One Punch Man. And I will say this, it's not a good thing to keep anime away for long. Because even though One Punch Man is a good anime, let's still understand that even though it has made its mark in the anime world, it's not Dragon Ball Z, it's not Bleach, it's not these OG animes that no matter when it comes back, it will make a huge buzz. You know, One Punch Man right now will, if this upcoming season that is without nobody knows when it's coming back, it's only season 3 of it. You know, One Punch Man is not Bleach, One Punch Man is not Dragon Ball. So if they prolong it like this, and when it comes back, it's not gonna have the buzz it would have had when, unlike when fans were expecting it to happen. Because One Punch Man has gotten so much pushbacks, you know, fans are wondering, is it ever gonna come back? Because they keep pushing it and pushing it over and over again. Yeah, I mean, they've said that so many times. They said it was gonna come back last year. They said it's gonna come back this fall. They keep pushing it. They keep prolonging it, and I don't think that's a good thing. You know, when you keep doing that, all you're doing, you're not really you're making us hungry for it, yes, but in the hindsight of things, if you keep doing that and you end up pushing it into another huge anime, it's gonna be a problem because you want it to come back when there's no other big anime around. And if they keep doing this, you're making fans lose. I mean, you know, you're not, they're not really helping it. That's what I'm trying to say. They've pushed it for so long that at this point, nobody's really believing the article. Nobody's really believing the announcements these days. Nobody's really paying attention to it that much. You know, it's almost like Hunter x Hunter. You know, the continuation of it. Every time there is a talk about it, people really don't believe. They will say, I will see it when I see it. I will believe it when I see it, but I'm not going to take it seriously. Yep. One Punch Man is getting the Dragon Ball treatment. That's what it's getting. And I don't even know why. You know, they put so much effort on season 1, season 2, and they went out with a bang on towards the ending of season 2. Even I reacted to it, you know, season 1, season 2. But you're making us wait so long, you know, since I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken, or 2018 when season 2 ended. I think it was 2019 or early 2020 or something like that. So it's been a long time. It's been over it's almost half a decade at this point, you know, and that should not be happening. I'm sure they have all the resources for it. I can even tell you that I'm sure that they've done filming it, they've done animating, everything is done. So why the pushback? Why the delay? I don't understand it. Why the delay? Why the treatment? Because should this keep happening, yeah, people are no longer believing in One Punch Man anymore on its comeback because they keep pushing it back, they keep prolonging it. hopefully it comes back this year. Of course, that would be a good thing. Hopefully it comes back. I'm ruling. They got my support. Hopefully, but this thing that they're doing with it, I don't really like it. Give people a show when it's time to give them a show. If you keep prolonging it, people get sick and they may die or whatnot. That's the reason why I'm so fascinated and so, motivated for Dragon Ball Super to come back. For Dragon Ball Super to come back, because should you keep prolonging it, those voices, those impactful voices that made it what it is, they are getting old. They are getting old. They are getting old. Do it when they're still young, when they're still able-bodied to put in the work, to give us those awesome screams, give us those awesome memories. Because if you keep prolonging it, people get old, they get sick to the point where they can no longer work anymore. And before you know it, they'll be no longer with us. And now you're going to find yourself looking for another voiceover that will take up the mantle, right? I know with AI, you can still have a way to keep someone's voice, because I've seen so many things, in social media, because there is this AI where you can talk and it will have the same voiceover as somebody else, right? If it is Snoop Dogg, Donald Trump, or whatever, you really hear thinking it's Donald Trump talking. I know they have AIs, apps like that, but I don't know, man. Troubled Youth, liked for the algorithm. What's that? Is that a game? Troubled Youth? Is that a game you're talking about, or anime? Oh, you just gave me a like for the algorithm, YouTube algorithm. All right, thanks, man. Thanks for the like. Thanks for the like, bro. Like for the algorithm. Thank you. So, Troubled Youth, we're here discussing on the next upcoming game you guys will like me to play after I have finished playing Final Fantasy 16. And I want you guys to give your take on it. Normally, me and Gemily and others will talk about this in the community tab, membership community tab. That's where we normally have these interesting discussions. So, God of War, I have to get my premium plus from the PS Plus in order to purchase it. So I'm asking you guys to get your membership so that you can join this type of interesting conversation, to help the channel. Use Super Chat to donate. It helps the channel. It helps the engagement. It helps me on my other stuff that I do here. Because purchasing these games are expensive. PS5 games are expensive. So your contribution, using Super Thanks, donation, getting your membership, it helps the channel in a big way. It helps me to put in work. It helps me to pay for my equipment and my softwares that I use. It helps out a lot. So should you guys want to support the channel, use Super Chat, get your membership. I have exclusive content for membership people, and other stuff that you can get as well, such as if I want to schedule a video, you get the first dab on it, you get the first view, the first like, the first comment before everybody else. And also, Troubled Youth, we are also discussing on One Punch Man and the anime world, why One Punch Man is getting pushed back, it gets prolonged, and all these things. It's not good because, just like I'm saying here, just like Dragon Ball Super, it's supposed to make its comeback, but it's not. It's good for it to make its comeback because those voiceovers that we love so much, They're getting old, and when people get old, they get sick, and they get sick to the point where they will no longer be able to work anymore, thus forcing the company to get another voiceover, which I'm not sure if it will be good for the character or if it will not be good for the character. It will kind of take something away from the main character or the main characters. So definitely I'm waiting for Demon Slayer the movie to drop. I think I posted something here in the community tab where everybody else can see it. The Infinite Castle movie, I think it's supposed to be dropped. 1 second. Oh, Demon Slayer is such a masterpiece, man. Demon Slayer is such a masterpiece. And I cannot wait for this Infinite Castle movie to drop. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be so damn good. Researching it now. Because what normally happens with Demon Slayer is each time, as soon as a movie comes out, before you know it, the anime will then come out, you know? Whenever a movie comes out, before you know it, the anime will come out as well. I think that's what Dragon Ball normally does. Every time there is a movie, before you know it, anime, or let me say, the season will come out. I think Infinite Castle is coming back this year. I think around May, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still looking it up. Let me see here. July 18. I posted it in the community. July 18. It's gonna be interesting. July will be summer actually. July will be summer because summer starts from, I think, June. Summer starts from June all the way to August, maybe early September. So, but spring starts like around now, maybe around ending of March, maybe April, May. But I think summer starts from July, either ending of June, July, early July, August, September. I mean, summer doesn't last that long, really, but you know. Demon Slayer Infinite Castle is going to be good because Demon Slayer has a neck on producing such a masterpiece anime. Demon Slayer has a neck of producing such a genuine, and the artwork, right? The artwork of Demon Slayer is just different. It's just different. It's just different, man. The artwork, the design of the artwork is just different. It just hits different. And that's what I like about Demon Slayer too. Because if you know Bleach, if you've watched Bleach, and you see Bleach and everything, and you watch Demon Slayer, you see the artwork is totally different. Even though they kind of resemble each other in some way. Why do I say that? The sword, the kimono, right? The Japanese traditional attire, right? Bleach has its own thing. Demon Slayer has its own thing, right? But the thing that makes them unique to each, that makes them similar to each other is like they pay attention to the traditional culture of things. Like they hone to the traditional culture of Japan, like the kimono, like Bleach has the attire, the black inside and the white cloak for the captains. The lieutenants has this black kimono overall, like and some captains wear a different color, like Shisui, Kiryoku, So they have their attire. Demon Slayer, on the other hand, has its own attire. Tanjiro Kamado, who is the protagonist, has his own attire. Even I have it, And Nezuko, Zenitsu, all these guys have their own attire, So it does present that it hones into the cultural side of things of Japan. And I think that is a very good thing. It's very unique. It speaks to their culture. It speaks to their way of life. You know what I mean? And if you are a person of culture, if you like culture a lot, I can see anybody that appreciates culture would definitely like those animes, right? If you appreciate the outfit, the dressing, the mannerism, the respect they have for their superior, it just speaks culture. You know what I mean? So, oh yes, Tokyo Ghoul. I have watched Tokyo Ghoul. It's been, I think, almost a year or 2 years since I watched Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is pretty damn good. I hoped that they will continue it from where they left off. I'm not sure. But the way it ended, I think at this point, unless if there is a serious enemy to fight, I think they've done everything they needed to do on Tokyo Ghoul at this point. Like I said, unless if there is a bigger threat, a bigger antagonist to take on, then maybe, just maybe, Tokyo Ghoul can still continue. But at this point, I think they've done everything they needed to do. And it was a good anime. And I will tell you this, some of these newer animes kind of took a playbook out of Tokyo Ghoul too. Right? They took a playbook out of Tokyo Ghoul. It's such a good anime. Yeah, I have reacted to it. I watched it, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, from the first season to the last one. It's on my channel. You can go check it out, Jim Lee. I've seen quite a number of animes, quite a number of them. Berserk, I'm hoping. Berserk is one of those anime that is getting Dragon Ball treatments. Berserk is literally one of those animes. Hopefully we'll get Berserk back. Hopefully it will make its comeback. I'm not sure how long it's going to take them to do it, but we'll see if Berserk will come back. There is there is about 4 animes that I'm expecting to make its comeback one day. There is One Punch Man, there is Dragon Ball Super, there is Berserk, right? And then Black Clover. Black Clover has been on pause, not on the manga sector of things, because I heard that the manga is still going, but for the anime, it's been almost 2-3 years since Black Clover has been absent. So hopefully it will make its comeback. Berserk has been on break for a very, very long time. Oh, Hunter x Hunter too. Let's not forget Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter needs to make its comeback as well. And I think that early this year, I did go live and I talked about it. I think on the New Year's, I talked about the animes that I'm looking forward to see them make a comeback sooner or later. Yeah. So, if you're watching this stream, if you just joined live, I just finished talking about the current situation with Solo Leveling and Rurouni Kenshin. If you're just joining now, you can catch it after. Yep. The Promised Neverland was one of the animes that I reacted to that was so popular on my previous channel. I watched Promise Neverland, they did a very good job on season 1, and on season 2, they messed it up. They really, really messed up the Promise Neverland. That anime was supposed to be really, really good. The first season was very good, was really, really good. But when the season 2 came back, it lost everything that it did on season 1. It lost the touch of it. It lost the nutrient. It lost a lot of things out of it. They took a lot of things out, right? It didn't have the same amount of reverence that it had on season 1. So season 2 wasn't that good at all. I didn't like The Promised Neverland season 2. Fire Force, I've watched the first episode or the second episode, and for some reason that was during the time my channel was going through trouble, my first channel, and I didn't get back into it. So Fire Force, I haven't seen it, all of it. I've seen the first and second episode, but not the rest of it. If I am to get into Fire Force, I'm going to have to start it all over again. Yeah, The Promised Neverland season 1 was epic. I think I still have it on my channel here. I'm not sure. I think I may still have maybe 1 or 2 episodes of them. But The Promised Neverland was fire, man. Season 1 was really good. But when season 2 came back, they messed it up big time. I don't know why. I just don't know why they just messed up that anime. I don't know why. It was a scary thing on season 1. What they were doing to those kids, yeah. It was, man. The Promised Neverland was really epic when it dropped. It was really, really good. Everyone was talking about it. And when the season 1 ended, the 12th episode, when these kids has now escaped, and Mama, knowing that they've escaped, was actually kind of happy for them. And again, one of her own children, right, was also one of the people that escaped. She was actually happy deep down that they can now get away from this misery that they found themselves in. And for her as well, knowing that she'll probably be killed, right? Knowing that she may not survive, she was willing to accept what comes next. Last episode on season 1, episode 12, was really good. When they finally escaped from that camp, it was really good. And the whole perspective of The Promised Neverland was monsters are beginning to take over the human world, and these kids finds themselves in a camp, right? In a camp where they are being bred to be fed, where they're being bred to be fed to demons or to these monsters. And some of these women that were in charge or guarding them was also born in that situation. They grew up and they are now given to a camp of their own to govern. It's a it was a good the idea of it was really good. No, I have not seen Yo Yo Yakusho. It's one of the animes that escaped me. Yo Yo Yakusho, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it. There is also another anime that I've been wanting to check out. It's called Ninja Scroll. I heard it's good. I heard it's really, really good. Ninja Scroll. I heard it's very gruesome. I heard it's very gruesome. It's very epic. I would like to check it out someday. I'm not sure when I will have time for it, but I heard Ninja Scroll is pretty good. Yo Yo Yakusho, I haven't seen it yet. How many seasons does it have? Let me check. How many episodes? Yo Yo Yakusho is one of those anime that eluded me. One of those animes that eluded me. Just like Tokyo Ghoul, but I ended up watching Tokyo Ghoul. And again, we'll see what happens because if there is not enough of animes that are coming in this spring, I may check out Yo Yo Yakusho. I'm not sure. I may check it out. Because to me, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be enough good animes that are coming out this spring, you know? Although, depending on how many um, episode Yo Yo Hakusho is going to be, Yo Yo Hakusho is 112 episodes. 112 episodes overall. It aired October 10th, 1992 to January 7th, 1995. So the quality of it is not going to be that good, I'll tell you now. But I guess judging from what you guys are saying, judging from the community, I think it is a good show. I see. I see. Yeah, it might be another anime to watch. It might be another anime on my watch list. Because this coming spring, I don't think there is that much of good animes in there. I don't think there's going to be that much of a big surge of good animes to watch, except Windbreaker. I'm not sure. And you talked about Fire Force, the third season is coming out. I haven't, I saw 2 episodes on the first season, and that was it. Right now, I'm checking spring 2025 anime. I don't see any good ones coming. I don't think there's going to be that much of a surge of a good anime coming this spring. Oh, there's a movie coming out on Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is getting a movie release May 30th, 2025. So there is that. So there are two upcoming movies, top anime movies coming out. Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. Demon Slayer July 18, if I'm not mistaken. July 18. And Jujutsu Kaisen will be May 30th, 2025. So you guys should get ready for that. Hajime no Ippo, I have started. I reacted to it on my old channel. I think I stopped at episode 24 on Hajime no Ippo. Hajime no Ippo is a good anime. It's a very, very good anime, a worthy anime to get back on. But due to the fact that when I wanted to get back to it, there are so many other animes that were coming out. I didn't get the time. I just didn't have the time to continue with. But Hajime no Ippo is a good anime. I reacted to it. I stopped, I think, around episode 24. Episode 24. It was a good, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Hajime no Ippo, man, it was really, really good back then. It was really, really good. Maybe one of these days I'll get back into it. I'll get back reacting to Hajime no Ippo. But at this time, I'm not sure. Yeah, the animations on Hajime no Ippo, the fight scene, they're pretty good. You know, the struggle Ippo had to go through, to meet I forgot the name of his teacher. He kind of has the same resemblance as All Might. You kind of see the same thread between Hajime no Ippo's teacher, I forgot his name, and All Might. They kind of have the same um, character or characteristics. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Now, if you're watching this stream and you're just coming in, we've talked about a lot of things. I've gone through a couple of things. First of all, the analysis of the anime on the anime this week, Solo Leveling, Rurouni Kenshin. Talked about gaming. The next game you guys would like me to play after I finish playing Final Fantasy 16. We talk about next upcoming anime to watch, all these things. And yeah, get your membership, people. The link is in the description. Get your membership. You will have access to exclusive content. You get access to perks. You get access to see my personal life, what I do when I'm away from YouTube, when I'm doing my own thing. You see behind the scenes. You be the first to get a dab on my scheduled upload videos. And of course, your donation using Super Chat helps the channel so much. It helps the channel. Helps the channel in a great way. It helps the channel big time. I'm not gonna lie. So if you want to see the channel grow, ladies and gentlemen, use that Super Chat. Anyone seen Invincible? Has anyone watched Invincible? I heard it's pretty good. I know it's not anime like. I know it's not anime, but I heard there's this show called Invincible. I'm not sure if anyone has watched it, but I heard it's pretty good. Also, I'm really looking forward to going back to solo leveling. I'm really looking forward. Oh, you watched it? Yep, I heard it's pretty good. Maybe I might check it out one of these days because I keep hearing this show Invincible, Invincible. You know, even though it's not anime like, but I heard it's pretty dope. I heard it's pretty dope. I heard there's a similarity, there's a reference of Superman in it, but yeah, one of these days I might take it on. Um, Going back to solo leveling, I hope that they do not. I hope they don't mess it up with this Daiju Island arc. Wow, it's already Invisible already has season 3. Maybe I'm gonna check it out sooner or later because I heard it's pretty good. Now going back to solo leveling, I hope they don't mess this arc up. You know, I really hope they give the king a character. It might not be similar to Miriam, but I hope that they make it good. I hope they make it such a good anime. Like they make this arc really good. You know? I hope it's not just gonna be killing people for sport or for anything. I hope they really give the king or the queen a character. Like to build up on their character and their reasoning to do what they do. Right? All right, people. If you guys have any more stuff to say or any more, if you have anything to add on the discussion that has been made here, if you have to give your take, I know a couple of you guys popped in to show you some love, to contribute a little bit. Troubled youth, came in and gave a like for the algorithm. Thank you for that. And the rest of you guys that popped in earlier, uh, Yukimi, Previous Slasher, Concerned, and of course, Gemily. I'm not gonna take this long. I'm not gonna stay here too long. I'm just going to do a 15 minutes video pool. I mean, a 15 minutes super chat goal. If you guys want to donate to the channel, if you want to support the channel, I'll do a poll for 15 minutes and see if you guys want to support the channel. We talked about Yo Hacker Show, right? We talked about God of War. And we also talked about what other anime did we talk about that I could watch? Yeah, I think these two. So if you guys want to support to do this, to play God of War next, if you want to help the super chat, help the super chat. Hmm? I have shared my goals. If you guys want to contribute in any way, shape, or form, you guys may use the super chat to support the channel. Set up my goal to, um, based on the conversation we've had so far about Yo Yakasho. If you guys want me to watch it at some point to take it on, I should have added Invincible. I should have added Invincible. Or Ninja Guardian. Let me remove it. I'll remove it and I will do another one. I'll do another one. Watch Yo Yakasho, play God of War, watch Invincible. Should you guys want to support it, use the super chat for your support. How many episodes does Invincible have? Let me see. How many episodes does he have, like on the first season? Season 1 has 8 episodes overall. What's the length? Let me check out the length of the episodes. "51 minutes. Holy. It's like a movie. All the episodes on The Invincible are Invincible. They're pretty, it's like a movie thing. We got 51 minutes, 48 minutes, 45 minutes, 50, 48, 52. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. I might start it. Maybe not this week, maybe next week. I might check it out. Since it's already on its third season, I'm sure it has some good content in it. Of course, like I'm saying, it's not anime, but it's animation. Oh, and let's not forget Devil May Cry too. Devil May Cry is making a Netflix series. Speaking of that, April 3rd, Devil May Cry is making an anime series, or Netflix is making a I'm confusing them now. Devil May Cry is coming out on Netflix. I'm not sure how intense this is gonna be. I'm not sure how nerfed it's gonna be. I'm not sure the type of story they're gonna tell here. Which version of Dante we're gonna get? Well, I can see the version. He's pretty young. It's a young Dante here. I'm not sure from which timeline they're going to be talking about this story, because we know about Dante's story, the gameplay from the first Devil May Cry to the latest one that they did. So I'm not sure from which part are they going to start it from the beginnings, because I haven't really looked into this upcoming Devil May Cry series on Netflix. I haven't really looked into it that much, which I should, but we'll see how it's gonna go. We'll see. It's kind of giving me Castlevania vibe for some reason. It's giving me Castlevania vibe. And for Invincible, the first season has 8 episodes. second season has 8 episodes again, and the third season has another 8 episodes. Okay. But the thing about it is, those 8 episodes take 1 hour, approximately almost 1 hour for each episode. You guys want to help the channel, guys? Use the super chat. It's optional. So most likely, I might do Invincible. Most likely, I might start it since Dragon Ball Daima is done. Since Unication is going to be finished soon enough, solo leveling will be. Yeah, I think I will have a little bit of free time to do Invincible. And again, most of my videos on Invincible, it's going to be scheduled, right? When I react to it, I'll get it ready and I'll schedule it. So, with that being said, if you remember, you will be the first people that will watch it first before it gets put out to the public. Let me say that again. If you remember, when I do watch Invincible, which I could do it today, who knows, but when I do it, when I schedule it, because it will be scheduled upload, you will be one of the first people that will get the first dab on it, to watch it, to comment, to say, to create a discussion on it before everybody else. And you can only do that if you're a member. Only if you're a member can you be able to see my future uploads or my future scheduled upload. So get your membership today and gain access to perks, exclusive content. So this upcoming week, what's happening this upcoming week? Rurouni Kenshin and Solo Leveling. Those are the two animes that I'm doing now. I might go live on Tuesday. I might go live on Tuesday to play Final Fantasy, but I'm not sure. It's going to be spontaneous then, and you won't know unless if you're a member, because I do let the members know when I'm going live. So maybe not. If I don't go live, then maybe I may be watching Invincible. I'm doing the best I can to get through Final Fantasy, because so that I can move on to something else. Because I do understand that not everybody may be a fan of Final Fantasy. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Maybe you're waiting for me to finish playing it so that you can just power watch everything. I don't know. So I want to finish it so that I can move on to the next game. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I don't rush into it to finish it just because of the sake of finishing it. I still want to enjoy the play, enjoy what it has to offer, and skip some of the scenes that takes too long or that makes me want to sleep. Because on one of my live stream, I think no, not I think I fall asleep for about 1 hour because the music was just it put me to sleep. The dialogue, the music, and again, I was tired that day from going to the gym or whatnot. I don't know. I just dozed off for 1 hour. So, yeah, Final Fantasy so far it's been good. It's been good so far. For Demon Slayer, I'm not sure. I'll look into this if the anime it's gonna come in. I know the anime always comes out after the movie, but the thing I would like to know if the anime or the season it's going to come out this year. I would say based on I don't think so. Maybe not. Let me look it up real quick. If Demon Slayer season 4, is it season 4 now or season 3? It's coming out this year. I think what they might probably do is once the movie comes out, they're gonna give the movie maybe 2, 3, 4 months or 5 months for them to make some money out of it first. Then they would do the anime or the season. It's season 4. Season 5? Infinite Castle is season 5, right? So far, there is nothing really on season 5. I don't think so. There is nothing yet on season 5. Except the movie. We know the first couple of episodes on season 5, it's going to be based on the movie, just like Mugen Train, right? And the other movie, the first, maybe they might use one episode, do it 1 hour, and get the movie that is coming out July 18 out of the way, and then start the whole thing, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor. Thank you guys for coming in to the live stream. I will be ending it for today. It's been awesome. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you for coming in. If you do not have to donate or to contribute, that is all right. I hope the creator will give you someday so that you can be able to help the channel, to help it grow. The growth of the channel will produce, of course, better stuff, more time. I'll put in more time to give you guys more content. And either way, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for your engagements. Thank you for the likes. We got 6 likes today. Stream. Thank you for the likes. And looking forward to see what Rurouni Kenshin episode 22 of season 2 will do. Looking forward to see episode 11, Solo Leveling season 2, what that will do. Hopefully it will help build up this arc. I have high hopes for this Daiju Island arc, this mission. I have high hopes for it. And I'm sure every fan out there that are watching it also has high hopes for this upcoming arc. So on that note, thank you for joining me on this live stream. Be sure to check me out next week on the next EVlog anime analysis episode 8. Based on how things are gonna go this upcoming week on Rurouni Kenshin and Solo Leveling, we'll get to see what we're going to talk about. We'll get to have more conversations like this on the next upcoming live stream. On that note, keep on keeping on. See you in the next video.